Guys, I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately, as I'm sure many of you at home are too. What I've noticed from the big guys is they all have a call to action so they can build their social media following. And it's a little lower third that pops up and they point down to it, and then it's got an animation of you following them. It really helps them to grow their audience. And I wanted something similar for my YouTube channel. So what I did, I jumped on YouTube and I searched up free social media template, free lower thirds template, lower third social media template. And what I found was nothing. So what I went ahead and did was made my own in After Effects. And I'm making it free to all of you too. It's that sweet spot of free and clean. I have one for Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and Twitch. So if you want to go ahead and download it in the description right now, completely for free. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use it. And for those who want to know how I made it, there's that too.
But you never take it seriously.
So guys, what you're going to need to do is go down in the description below and download this lower thirds.zip file. And in that will be this folder, and inside that will be 2 more folders and a little readme. Inside the readme, it basically just says that I made the templates and you have permission to do whatever you want with them. Use them in commercial projects, add them to client work, put them on your YouTube and make money from that, put them in your Twitch and make money on that. Do whatever you want, just don't sell the actual templates themselves. And then in this last folder is the actual templates themselves. So if you're proficient in After Effects and know what you're doing, you could use any of these lower third templates and tweak it and do whatever you want with it. But for those who aren't, I've gone ahead and made one for each of the major social networks that I could think of. So I've made one for Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and open up one of the templates right now. They all function the exact same way, so whatever one you open, you can follow along the tutorial. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show everyone how to modify the template, and then for those who want to know how I actually made it, I'm going to explain that after I show you how to modify it. So opening this up, this is the Twitch one. As you can see, it just expands out, and then I've copied the follow animation and rebuilt it like on the website. So super simple, boom, close this down, and I've made it very clear and easy for you guys to understand if you don't know After Effects that much. We've got a bit of motion blur as well. But basically all you have to really worry about is this user composition down here. So you want to click on that, and as you can see, we'll just drive through to about the middle and click this text thing up here, and then we can hover over here and type whatever our name is, and whatever we want it to say. You could have follow me or your actual handle, whatever you like. Boom, we'll just click that, and you can see here it says replace this with your handle. So you know I need to write my name there. The other thing is says replace this with your logo, right? So basically what you're going to do is you're going to want a new photo, the one that you want. So I have this one from when I was 15 years old, just for a bit of a meme. So we'll replace with logo. And if you hold Alt, I think it's Alt. What is it in Mac? It's Option in Mac. If you hold Option, so I'll show you that again. Grab your new photo, hold Option on Mac or Alt on Windows, and you drop it over, replace with your logo, and now it should be good to go. And you can scale it up, move it around, and it's gonna be in the circle. So we'll just go ahead and drag and drop this in how we want it, resize it, boom, that's nice. And say if you want an outline around the logo, I've got here, turn on stroke. So up here we can click on stroke, turn it on, and we can pick the color that we want as well. So whatever your brand is, you can pick that, and that's if you want to outline here. Then we can go to the lower thirds animation, and if you want to change the color for this outline border for your brand, you can change that too. What you're going to need to make sure as well is all of these are toggled transparency. And if we play this now, we've got the new name and the new photo with the same animation. Now, the final step is you want the transparency in the final render as well. So for your render settings, you want to come up to composition, add to render queue, You're going to click on output module, and the only thing you have to worry about is changing this to RGB plus alpha. If you want the audio still, leave the audio, hit OK, and then come to output. You can save it wherever you want. So this is Twitch example, and then go ahead and hit render, and that will export it out so you can drag and drop it into any editor and it'll be transparent over the top. So for those of you who want to know how I made this, let me go through composition by composition and show you some of the methods and techniques that were used so you could possibly use them for yourself and make something of your own. In this top composition called render comp, it's literally just for rendering. All I've got in here is the sound effect and a background. And this is where I added songs to myself when I first made the template, but all of the lower third itself is in this lower third composition. So let's just double click on that. And we've got our first technique that I can show you guys, which is called an alpha matte or a track matte. And basically all this is doing is hiding and minimizing the user information or revealing it when the background expands or minimizes. And this is really easily done with this switch right here. You want to add the alpha matte. So by having this track matte, anything underneath this will be shown and anything not underneath this will be hidden. So boom, it'll crop that just like that. And when you go ahead and turn on the motion blur with these buttons right here, it'll make the effect very seamless. So that's the top layer. So now if we go into the user, all I've done is just rebuilt like the logo, which is the exact same technique we just learned. So we've done a track matte. I just made a circle, which is this top. And then below, you've got a photo, which is track matted to the logo. So that's how you can move this around and it doesn't get affected. And then just the tutorials, and then just the fonts and stuff like that. But then we've got our follow button here, which we can go into. And the follow button is a simple animation. So I've keyframed the color to change right here. And then I've keyframed the size and the position to move over here. And as you can see, as the color changes, I've also changed the heart and just scaled this one up. So if you hit U on your keyboard, you can see all of the keyframes. So I've just keyframed the heart to change, and I've also keyframed followed to be revealed with a linear white transition. So I've just keyframed that to fit, and that's how I made this follow button. The other ones are a lot simpler. It's just a click swipe, but then the pop is made in here with another keyframes, which just scales it up, or scales it down and then back up on the click. So that's that animation. And then the last thing is how I actually animated the start. So all I've done, same thing, is because I have a stroke on it, we can start very thin. We'll keyframe the vertical position, and then we keyframe the width position, and it's just a rectangle with a rounded border using this shape layer. And that's pretty well it. I hope that made sense for you guys. If you have any questions, comment them down below and I'm more than happy to answer. But I hope you guys enjoy the templates and get some great use out of them. And tag me in anything that you do. Send it through on my Instagram. I'd love to see how you're using them. I'll see you guys tomorrow.